Now on Sunrise, hundreds in Yamhill County speak out after another series of immigration arrests and U.S. citizens seemingly caught in the process. Plus, how law enforcement agencies plan to address burglaries in Multnomah County. Your news starts now. Good morning, and thanks for getting up with us on this Sunday at 6 o'clock. I'm Libby Dowsett alongside Corey Johnson, and there were raindrops coming down on the windshield.
We are starting off our new week with some rain outside. As I was coming into work as well, I did see the light sprinkles, and that's pretty much what we're going to see throughout the morning hours. Taking a look outside, this is our Rose City camera. It's a beautiful morning. It is a cloudy one. It is a wet one out there for us, but only slightly. This is a look at active radar right now. You can see the majority of that rainfall in Southwest Washington, but also sticking around some of the northern parts of the Portland area. Looking at your temperatures right now, sitting chillier this morning for us at this time. 45 in the Dalles, 41 in Pendleton, 43 in Portland, and 52 near the coast. This is our Chinookwan's Casino camera in Lincoln City. We do have a little bit of mist out there at this time as well. 52 degrees in Lincoln City. Our Salem Sky camera sitting dry right now, but this is an area that will get some rainfall as we get into the later part of the day. Cloudy and sitting at 41. So this is a look at futurecast. Currently, we are expecting to see, I just showed you radar where we do have the system that is over Southwest Washington and near the coast. As we get throughout the day, showers become a little bit more spotty. The rainfall becomes more off and on as we get into the later part of the day. And then the rainfall does pick up toward the southwest area in the way of inches, and then we'll get into that just a little bit. But taking a look throughout the rest of your day, if you want to plan out temperature wise, 49 is what I think we'll top out as for our high today. Rain on and off as we get throughout much of the day. The timing coming up in just a bit, Libby.
Thank you, Corey. This morning, Vancouver police have a 17-year-old in custody for the hit-and-run crash that sent a man and 3 children to the hospital. Police tell us the teen turned himself in just after midnight Saturday morning. He was booked on the charges of vehicular assault and felony hit and run. The man is in critical condition at the hospital. The children are all expected to survive their injuries. Police are still investigating what happened. Portland police are asking witnesses to reach out after a shooting left 2 people seriously hurt. Saturday, officers were called to a parking lot near Southeast Stark and 148th. They found the 2 victims, a man and a woman. They were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. The shooter had left the scene. No one has been arrested at this point. Police believe there were a lot of people in that area at the time of the shooting. Outrage in the community after ICE detains a McMinnville High School student. He was one of 4 U.S. citizens detained and later released by immigration authorities. That's according to the local coalition Oregon for All. Jake Holter spoke to residents who gathered in protest on Saturday.
Hundreds of protesters have lined Adams Street here in McMinnville, expressing their outrage at the recent ICE arrests in Yamhill County.
It is terrifying our children.
It's unacceptable.
It happened here. It can happen anywhere.
McMinnville's superintendent of schools confirming a high school student was taken by immigration agents yesterday while the student was off campus during the lunch period.
And when they start here locally grabbing children out of the parking lots and breaking windows and having them disappear where their parents don't even know where they're at, that is a crime. That's horrible. I can't even imagine.
A 17-year-old minor being, abducted in broad daylight. Whether people agree with that or not, it's just unacceptable.
Longtime McMinnville resident Abraham Mejia tells us this is his first time coming out to a protest.
It hits home and it makes you feel almost fueled that you need to do something about it. And that's why I'm here today. That's what it took for me to be here today, is that it was too close to home. And unfortunately, I've been too comfortable from my home trying to support, but it takes action and getting out here and voicing your opinion and letting your community know that we're not okay with this and uniting in a way.
Hundreds gathered, waving signs at drivers passing by. Mejia even bringing his kids along to Saturday's protest.
I want them to see that it's okay to voice your opinions, whether it's agreement or disagreement. As we've seen a few people drive by and voice their disagreement, it's okay, it's appropriate.
Miriam Vargas Corona, executive director of Unidas Bridging Community, tells KGW that 6 people were arrested by ICE Friday, 4 in McMinnville, 1 in Dundee, and 1 in Newburgh. And another was arrested in Newburgh Thursday. Oregon for All Network director Jess Montoya says, quote, 4 U.S. citizens were held for hours without access to an attorney.
We should be able to walk these streets freely if we are U.S. citizens. And therefore, yesterday was a good example of how our rights are being violated.
Jake Holter, KGW News.
McMinnville's superintendent says the student who ICE detained was later recognized as a U.S. citizen and returned to their family. We reached out to DHS for comment, but so far we have not heard back. Now, following up on the 3 other U.S. citizens who Oregon for All says were detained by ICE in the past few days. The group tells us one was detained in McMinnville on Friday. On Thursday, 2 women, one in their 60s, one in their 30s, were detained in Canby while they were filming ICE agents in a parking lot. We were told all of these individuals were taken to the ICE facility in Portland before being released a few hours later. Jess Montoya with Oregon for All says their families had no idea what had happened to them for hours.
We're truly living in a time that everyone should be very fearful of, that anyone could be taken off of the streets and your family is desperately trying to find you and everyone is worried about your whereabouts.
We also reached out to the Department of Homeland Security in these cases, but have not heard back. In Cornelius, people gather in a show of support for people in federal immigration custody and the families affected by the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. One of the organizers told us they want to make sure people don't feel alone. She said she's seen firsthand the impact of the spike in detainments and what it's had on the local community and others around the region.
We can live with fear. The kids can live with fear. They need to go to the school, they need to go to the park, they need to go to be happy every day, not just scared if they lose their parents.
ICE says 70% of its arrests are, quote, criminal illegal aliens charged with or convicted of a crime in the U.S. Law enforcement agencies in Multnomah County are banding together to address burglaries in the area. We talked to dozens of business owners who described the trauma caused by these crimes. John Adams spoke with law enforcement leaders about their plan.
Broken windows, stolen property, impacts to customers and workers. Business owners in Portland's downtown are all too familiar with the hardship burglaries can cause.
We have bars on our windows now. We have bars on our door. We have a doorbell that our customers ring to get into the store.
Eric Murfitt, the general manager of Mercantile Portland, says the 50-year-old family-run business has dealt with repeated burglaries in the past few years, including a major incident in 2020.
Over a dozen people came into our store and took merchandise and destroyed things for a total cost of $815,000.
Stories like this from area business owners is the motivation behind a newly announced countywide burglary task force. District Attorney Nathan Vasquez, along with other law enforcement leaders, discussed the task force Wednesday morning.
This is going to be a regional partnership that's going to bring together the law enforcement agencies, prosecutors, and investigative specialists, and will be working dedicated with businesses that are affected by this issue.
Portland Police Chief Bob Day says the city of Portland has seen 3,200 burglaries in the past year alone, and tells us the Bureau will be providing 1 sergeant and 3 investigators to the force. Day believes this is needed as organized burglary rings have become more sophisticated in recent years.
More advanced fencing operations, things moving online, more structured approach to these widespread theft efforts and break-ins, and that's why we need this more holistic, collaborative approach.
The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, Gresham PD, and the Port of Portland will also be providing law enforcement resources to the effort, with the task force meeting regularly to coordinate on cases, share information, and investigative strategies.
To the victims and the businesses, we're here to support you. To the criminals who would prey upon those businesses, I want you to know we're coming for you.
And both Vasquez and Chief Day called this approach the future of policing. Their goal is to target crime rings responsible for a large number of burglaries in Multnomah County.